Oh yeah! Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here for video number 2. On your 2 for Sunday, March the 2nd, 2025, or for my great people on the replay crew, it is now March the 3rd, 2025. Thank you all for watching this particular video, video number 2, right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there, you know where it is by now. It's in the description box below, otherwise known as my pants. And so, subscribe to them now, leave a comment on the video if you like, but don't leave stupid comments. Bye-bye, so long, farewell to you. You will be sent to the Shadow Realm where Satan will eat your soul and then puke you right back out. But I digress on that. So, like the video, hit that subscribe button down below, leave a comment on the video, follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap that and slap that fucking bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because you miss anything, you need to get slapped in the face. Because you're SOL. And you better know what that means by now. I think I said it for like the last couple years. And if you don't know what SOL means by now, look it up. You fucking lazy fucks. That's all I gotta say about that. And if you're brand new here for the very first time, welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab that cold one, and enjoy the show. You like it? Great! You know, get out of here. Go fuck yourself. Go to your own channel and do your own video, or your own bull crap. You don't like it? Get out of here. I don't need your fucking view, but you're gonna watch my video anyway because you got nothing better to do with your fucking life. Thank you for the free view, asshole! And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. But anyway, new here, and you like what you see, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell for a lot more to come. Between now and in the future, Conan, we got a lot of good stuff coming away for the next couple months. But we'll see how far we get, but we'll see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this getting close to late Sunday night, video number 2, check out my Elimination Chamber Thoughts, Thoughts video. Link will be down below in the gobbledygook. So check it out over on my Peter Joseph channel. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and a comment if you wish, and share it with your friends. And all that good shit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, before I hit the bed, I'm going to pre-record this video. We're talking about AEW Dynamite and Collision tomorrow. Just want to get this video done, get a couple hours of sleep. I do gotta get some work done tomorrow, and then probably around 2:30 in the afternoon we'll do my Collision and Dynamite review over on the Peter Joseph channel. So we'll get that out of the way, and then get you ready for Monday Night Raw. Gonna be an epic show. Monday night in Buffalo, New York, Gene. On Netflix as well. So we're on the road to WrestleMania, my friends. 6 weeks away, and that's Easter too. So can't wait for that. Got a couple of little pit stops to make. We got NXT Roadblock next Tuesday. We got Sacrifice for TNA coming up on the 14th, I believe. And then as we turn the calendar to April 6th, we got AEW Dynasty. We got Revolution next Sunday. Then we got Dynasty right after that. That's going to be I believe it's going to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That should be interesting. And then right after that, it's WrestleMania week. We got the Raw before Mania, the SmackDown before Mania, and the Hall of Fame. NXT before NXT Stand and Deliver. We got Dynamite. Just for Dynamite, TNA, and Ring of Honor. Friday night, we got a lot. I mean, ate a lot on the Friday before night one of WrestleMania. We got SmackDown. We got the Hall of Fame. We got TNA Unbreakable. That's late Friday night. And also we got Ring of Honor's Super Card of Honor. I believe number 19, 18, 19. I don't even know what number it's up to. What is this? I don't even know what number it's up to, but the first official pay-per-view of the year for Ring of Honor, and that's Super Card of Honor on WrestleMania weekend. And then we got night one. We got night one of WrestleMania. We also got Stand and Deliver earlier in the day. And then we got night one. I think we have Collision that night too, and that's gotta get obliterated. Oh, ratings. Jesus Christ, nobody's gonna watch Collision. I don't even think anybody wants to watch Collision that night. But anyway. And then Easter Sunday, while you're watching some baseball, we got night two pretty much going up against Sunday Night Baseball. What are you gonna watch? On Easter Sunday, I mean. Probably have your Easter meal early, and then get ready around 6 o'clock to watch like probably about 4.5 hours of WrestleMania Night 2. So, gonna be insane that week. Insane. A lot of people that do reviews like me and to do watch-alongs, it is gonna be a hellacious week. But most of the people that do live streams are going to WrestleMania, so probably get your Raw review up, Raw watch-along up, and then you're on the plane to Vegas, unless you live around the Vegas area. You could do maybe the NXT review, maybe the Dynamite review, and then you drive down to Vegas, or, like I said, if you're from a different time zone, or different part of the country and the world, you're gonna have to, and you're coming to Vegas, you're gonna need a couple days to get there. Because it's a long trip if you live in, like, Puerto Rico, you live in Florida, you live in, well, not so much Mexico, but you live in Canada, depends on where in Canada you live, you're gonna come down. But you live in Puerto Rico, you gotta take, like, two flights, and it's insane. Unless you take a direct flight. Whoo! You're on that plane for a long time. But I'm not going, so I don't have to worry about it. So I'd like to if I had, like, a lot more money than I have right now, but go to Vegas. Hang out on the Vegas Strip. Play some slots. Maybe win my money back, I don't know. I'll have a lot of money going there to eat and, stay at the hotel and everything, and maybe go to a couple of shows. Maybe I go to Ring of Honor, maybe I go to GCW, the Collective, or, maybe I don't go to Mania. I just go to Vegas for, the mini shows. Go for GCW, go for Ring of Honor, I go for Stand and Deliver, then I'm probably much going home. Or I'll just go to a bar and watch Mania Night 1 and Night 2, then go home the next day. Probably like on that Monday morning. Get on the flight, and then from Vegas, get back to New York. It takes like 8 hours, something like that. I think it's 5 hours, actually. From what I remember, because I used to, back in the day, I used to fly from New York to Cali. With the time change, it's a pain in the ass, but you get on, the best thing about going to Cali from New York, go early, like, get like a 6, 7 o'clock flight, which is 4 o'clock Pacific time, and it's like a 5-hour flight. You get there at 12 noon Eastern, which is 9 a.m. Pacific. Change your clock, on the plane, change your clock, or you watch, with your phone too. Or just go there, and then you look at the clock. Damn, it's 12 o'clock here? No, it's 9. Just, change your clock, on the plane to Pacific time, so when you get there, you don't get mixed up with what time it is. But things like a 5-hour flight. So if you leave at 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern, you're getting there pretty much noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. So you have a full day. As soon as you get off the plane, you go to breakfast, and then you go to your hotel, check in, and then have some lunch after that, and then chill. Whatever you're gonna do the first day, you're there. But most people are gonna get there like Tuesday or Wednesday of WrestleMania week, and then they got it's insane. You got all day Thursday, and then you got all the events on Friday. Probably, I think they got the kickoff show. I don't know if they're doing a kickoff show. I don't know when that is, but I don't know if they even did it yet. I don't think they did yet. But you got that Friday. Then you got SmackDown. People going to SmackDown. People going to Ring of Honor. People going to the TNA Unbreakable show. GCW Collective. A whole bunch of shit. Joey Janela's Spring Break. Stuff like that. The Hall of Fame, which might be at the Sphere. Woo! And then Saturday, Stand and Deliver. And then WrestleMania Night 1 at Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play. And then Sunday, right back again. We do it all again. And then you got, I think WrestleCade or something, that whole week. Or that weekend. Insane. It's an insane amount of money because you gotta buy food for, if you're going there from Thursday to Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, part of Monday. That's 4 days of food. You gotta bring at least another $1,000. At least $1,000 just for food alone. If you wanna bring some gambling money, bring a couple hundred, and maybe you can turn that into thousands if you get lucky, but it is what it is. But if you're going to Mania, be safe and be well. Have fun! But it is what it is. Not like the Manias when I used to go. WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 10, WrestleMania 20. It was cheaper. It is what it is. But let's talk about Mania in a few weeks. And that's that. Alright, so we got a lot of stuff happening this month, and as we go into the beginning of April with Dynasty, and then we'll get right into 2 weeks after that, we're at Mania. It's crazy. And then after that, pretty much slows down for the rest of the year until we get to SummerSlam. And that's that. Alright, enough about that. Alright, we'll talk about all that later. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, on your late Sunday night, it is time for your really late, so far out of date, TNA and Ring of Honor reviews for this past Thursday, February the 27th, 2025. Pretty good shows. We're going to start off with Impact Wrestling, TNA. Great show. Lots of NXT stars. We had Oba on the show. Oba and Moose kind of interacting, which was great. We're going to see probably more this Tuesday with TNA and NXT. And then we got Roadblock, where we got a lot of NXT TNA matches. We're going to see that at Sacrifice as well. I love this WWE NXT partnership. I love it. We're going to see a lot of dream matches, especially some of them some at Sacrifice and some at Roadblock. But before we even get there, we do have a pit stop to make. We have this week, and then which is the go home show for Roadblock, and also this Thursday and next Thursday's edition of TNA as our go home shows before Sacrifice. I think Sacrifice is the. I believe Sacrifice is the 14th. Let me just check before I. TNA Sacrifice, March 4th. Yeah, I was right. It's next Friday from the El Paso County Coliseum in El Paso, Texas. Sacrifice gonna scare them Cowboys that night. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so, but before we go to El Paso, let's talk about this week's edition of Impact. We are from Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida. Or Winter Park, Florida. It's a suburb of Orlando. What is this? Alright, our commentary team, as always, Tom Phillips and Aiden English, Matthew Waywalt. Good stuff. Good stuff. I heard the Vaude Villains are coming back like one night only for like an indie show. That's Simon Gotch and Aiden English. So they're gonna be at an indie show near you. I think next month, actually. But we'll see what happens with that. Not that I care, but you know, I mean, great. I mean, if I would go to that show, I'd like to meet Aiden English and like Megan saying Rusev Day. Yeah, because you know Rusev might be going to TNA, so we'll see. Oh, sorry, Miro. So called Miro Day. You know, oh my god. All right, so we got Tom Phillips and Aiden English, Matthew Waywalt on commentary. We start off with the opening recap, then the opening sequence. We are taped, not live, taped from Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida, and we begin with the System, the X Division champion, Moose, Eddie Edwards. We have JDC Fandango, and we also have the beautiful Alicia Edwards coming out. Get us started. They brag about their success last week with Fandango. Oh, sorry. Fandango. You gotta roll those A's and the N's and shit. So, Fandango brags about running over Leon Slater last week. And then the fans like, Oba's gonna kill you. So, Moose wants Oba to get in the ring later on. But at the same time, he has been pinned by the one half of the TNA Tag Team Champions. That's Jeff Hardy, dude! Twice in a row. So, Moose wants to take him out. And then Brian Myers, forgot him. Brian Myers thinks that the Colon brothers, Epico and Primo, or Eddie and whatever his name is, well, pretty much Epico and Primo, might be System material. So, the Colon brothers come out to interrupt, they respect the System, and think fighting on their side is a pretty damn good idea. So they go, fist bump. One of Twin Palace unite! Form of tag team! Something like that. So we get that. So we'll see what happens later on in the night. And the first segment, I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright. Then, Spitfire. Jody threatened my girl Danny. My girl Danny is, I think I almost said Danny L, but whatever. Spitfire is all ready to beat the Elegance team, Ash and Heather, by Elegance. And then turn into their personal concierges. I mean, to get the services of George the Iceman. If they win. If they lose the tag team titles. And I think we might see a tag team title change at Sacrifice next Friday night, but we'll see. Moving on. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then the System has to be separated from Leon Slater and the Hardy Boys. A little bit of tussle in the back, so get that. Let me move on with that. Alright, then we get to our first official match of the night. The man from the Bronx, Mike Santana of LAX. He takes on, well, NXT's own former member, well, I don't know if he's still in Metaphor, but it's Oro Menza. They had a quickie 5-minute match. Didn't really go anywhere. Back and forth they went. We got a roll kick to the head for a near fall by Oro Menza. He tries it again, but that gets reversed into a buckle bomb by Mike Santana. Then he hits spin the block. 1, 2, 3 in 5 minutes. 5 fucking minutes. Mike Santana gets the win. Match gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, a video plays from the former X Division champion Mustafa Ali and his cabinet. Basically, it's Tasha Steelz. That's that. So, anyway, Mustafa Ali talks about how Mike Santana, who's been sober for about 2 years, is off the wagon. And Mike Santana's like, fuck this. Blah, 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 blah. So we get all that. Alright, so we'll see what happens with those two people. Speaking of that, after the break, Mike Santana goes looking for Mustafa Ali, but only finds the cabinet, and not the file cabinet. But I digress. Alright, we get all that. And we move on. Alright, match number 2, we go to the knockouts. And we get to Tessa Blanchard, who, if she didn't take this match, she would have been fired by Santino Marella, you son of a gun. So, Tessa Blanchard gets in the ring with Kelsey Heather. Who? Who the hell is this chick? Anyway. And basically, 2.5 minute match. Tessa grabs a Gilmore Cutter. Bang! Which sets up the Buzzsaw DDT. 1, 2, 3. Bing, bang, boom. Good night. So, see what Tessa goes from here. Maybe a showdown with Masha Slamovich down the line. But Masha, speaking of Masha, she has to deal with Cora Jade at Sacrifice for the Knockouts title. So we got that. And speaking of Cora Jade, we see her in the back jumping Jordynne Grace. Damn. This is before Jordan. I think it was around the time Jordan was going to WWE. This is all taped. So get that. So Chaos in the back with the knockouts, and we move on. Alright. Then we see them, well, two guys are playing they play a mean twanger, and that's Elijah. Who wants to walk with Elijah? And then say his name, and he appears. Sing with me now. I believe in Joe Hendry. Alright, so they're there. They had a good time last week with their little mini concert. But Joe Hendry is expecting Elijah to turn on him. But that calms down pretty quickly. And then the System come in to interrupt. And then they leave without really doing anything. Hi, how's it going? We're the System. Bye. Okay, that's that. Alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, back to the ring we go with our next match. KC Navarro of First Class. Ow. Hurt myself. Sorry about it. So we got Casey Navarro of First Class with his good buddy Flop Dollar, AJ Francis. So we got Casey Navarro taking on former TNA World Heavyweight Champion Steve Macklin, who wastes no time countering a Hurricane Rana into a powerbomb, then a basement clothesline for a near fall. And then Casey sends him to the outside with Flop Dollar gets in a cheap shot. Setting up a running double stomp for a near fall on the inside of the ring by Casey Navarro. We get a chin lock to slow down the pace, but Steve Macklin ain't having any of that. And then he strikes away as the Northern Armory comes out. You know, remember EY used to be friends with them, well, with Steve Macklin, and now he has the protection of the Northern Armory. So they come out. Well, I don't think, the Northern Army come around, nothing with EY. So anyway, Casey uses that distraction to hit some sort of, will look like a 619, but look like a 718 area code, whatever it is. Only need to go up top for the Eddie Guerrero, let's see, frog splash, and missed. You know why he missed this, eh? Why, Eddie? Because he's a gringo. That's why, exactly. Casey Navarro, you're a gringo. But you're a good guy. I know KC from the Grimm's Toy Show days and other federations I've seen him in. But that's another story for another time. So he misses the frog splash, and Steve Maclin plants him face first and sets up the KIA. He set up the Kia and gets to the win in a little over 6.5 minutes. Match was 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, moving on. Alright, then we see Tessa Blanchard in the back. She's walking with a purpose. And then she runs into Xia Li, or Lei Ying Li. And they start arguing in the back. They look like they're about to go at it. And then Tinualala comes in and says, "Oh, you guys want to fight, you son of a guns? You go do that as sacrifice. You son of a gun." You know. So they're going to fight at sacrifice. Should be a decent match, I guess. I think Tessa's going to beat Xia Li's ass. But, I mean, we'll see. Bleh. Alright, we get that. Alright, it's not a sacrifice. We got the Knockouts Tag Team titles on the line. Ash and Heather by Elegance with George the Iceman. Actually, take that back. George the Iceman was there, but I thought he was gonna be if the champs, Spitfire, Jody Threat, and Danny get the win, they get the services of George the Iceman, but I was wrong, because I didn't read the copy properly. The losers of the match are the winner's personal concierge for a day. So, it's a tag team title. They get the tag team titles. Well, if Spitfire loses, they become the personal concierge. And if they win, they retain, and Ash and Heather have to be basically Spitfire's butlers for a day. So we got Danny Luna, my girl Danny Luna, and Jody Threat defending against Ash and Heather by Elegance. Pretty decent match. George the Iceman also distraction, which allows Ash and Heather to take over in the corner. That gets broken up as Danny Luna comes back in for a powerbomb to Heather, but she's taken into the corner as well. And then a backstabber, top rope double stomp combo. That's a mouthful. That's what she said. And gets a near fall on Danny Luna, but Danny easily gets over for the hot tag to Jody Threat. And then she hits something like a powerbomb for a near fall on Heather by Elegance. And then they hit the pressure drop. 1, 2, 3 to retain the belts in a little over 8 minutes. So they get the win. So that means that Ash and Heather have to be Danny Luna's and Jody Threat's butlers for a day. Alright, so they gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the break, Spitfire's already having both Ash and Heather by Elegance do their laundry. And then we see George the Iceman, the original personal concierge, is crushed. He's sad. He's really sad, puppy. He's gonna cry. He's still crying in wrestling. Okay. We move on with that. Alright, then we go to, well, if you wanted to take a shit, you can't, because we go to Sami Callihan and Mance Warner one-on-one. It went nowhere because Sami Callihan hits a stunner on Mance Warner, and then Mance goes to the floor. He takes a chair and swings it at Sami, and that causes a disqualification in basically 30 freaking seconds. So, match was a dud, but after the match, they continue to brawl. Security somewhat breaks it up, and then he comes out and makes a street fight at Sacrifice. Well, those who know a thing about street fights, if you know what I mean. Holy shit. That match is going to be bloody and brutal. So, we'll see what happens with all that at Sacrifice coming up next Friday night. Let me move on. Alright, then we get to our next match. Frankie Kazarian, the OG, takes on Ace Austin, former X Division champion. Frankie Kazarian, former X Division champion in his own right. Tag team champion. I don't think he held the world title, but I digress. He's an OG. Anyway, so Frankie Kazarian and Ace Austin Then we see Wesley, Tyreek Igve, and Tyson DuPont come out. Then they go on commentary. And it was just under 6 minutes. Back and forth match they went. Getting to the end, Ace Austin kicks Frankie Kazarian out to the floor, but gets caught with a shot to face. And then Wesley offers a distraction. And then we get a slingshot. Gilmore cuts off. Bang! 1, 2, 3. Kazarian gets the win. Well, pretty much thanks to NXT. And that's pretty much it. And we do know that Ace Austin, and I think the Hardy Boys, are going to be taking on Wesley, Tyreek Igve, and Tyson DuPont. Oh, no, take that back. It's going to be Ace Austin and the Rascals taking on Wesley, Tyreek Igve, and Tyson DuPont at Sacrifice. So, alright, so Wesley, causes a distraction, and Frankie Kazarian picks up the win. And I gave that 2.5 out of 5. So and then after that, big old beatdown is teased, but the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz, they come out for the save. And that's pretty much it. We move on. Alright, after that, more torture for Ash and Heather by Elegance as Danny Luna and Jody Threat basically torment them with some dogs. I mean, dogs. Like, whoo, whoo. Dogs. And, they're all freaking out like, dogs! Well, they weren't pit bulls. I don't think. Well, the little poodles probably like, shit. Yeah, doggies! The fuck? I didn't know Dana Brooke was, scared of a bitch. Oops. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get letters now. I don't give a shit. Moving on. So I give that 2 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the man who's suing AEW and probably will lose. And also CM Punk and Tony Khan. He's definitely going to lose that. Ryan Nemeth brags about his big brother Dolph Ziggler returning at Sacrifice from his storyline suspension after kicking Santino in the face. And we get that. We move on. Alright, then we get a look at what's coming next week on the program. And that's that. Then we get a look at Moose retaining the X Division title over Lexus King in a great match. And then the Hardy Boys beating Catchpoint 3.1 Miles, don't call him Ozzy Osbourne, and Tavion Heights on NXT last week to retain the TNA Tag Team belts, even though I think it was a non-title match, but we'll go with that. Well, no. So we see that. And then we go to your... Is this the main event? Yes. Alright, then we go to your main event of Impact 6-man Tag Team match. We have Omar, Femi, the NXT World Champ, teaming up with the TNA Tag Team Champions, Matt Hardy. Broken Matt Hardy! Yes! Wonderful! And he comes up with Jeff Hardy, dude! And they take on the system of the X Division champion, Moose. It was Moose, Eddie Edwards, and Brian Myers. Alicia Edwards at ringside, so we got that. Pretty much a back and forth match. Matt hits Moose with a side effect for a near fall, and then they hit the plot twist, whatever that is. Another near fall, this time on Eddie Edwards, and then everything breaks down. We get a good old fashioned ref bump. And then the Colognes come out after, Owen shrugs off Moose's pump kick, hits a spine buster on Moose, but then the Colognes brothers come out, Epico and Primo come out, Brian Myers gets in a shot with a system ring, I guess they're one of those rings they wear, and Moose spears Matt Hardy, 1, 2, 3, they get the win, yeah. We get that. Match was alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then, after the match, we say his name, and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. And Elijah, they come out, cut off a beatdown, and then Santino makes Jeff Hardy versus Moose for the X Division title. in Jeff Hardy's wheelhouse, that's a ladder match. I think that's next week. And then a 10-man tag team match with Joe Hendry, Matt Hardy, Elijah, Leon Slater, and a mystery partner taking on the System. I don't know how that's going to happen, but okay. So you're going to have Eddie Edwards, Fandango, Brian Myers, and probably Alicia Edwards. Alicia Edwards and I don't know who. I don't know. Oh, well, you're going to have Alicia. There's 4 in the System. So you're going to have to find probably a knockout to get in the match. And then another guy. I don't know. And I don't know how this match is going to work. This 10-man tag team match. I mean, but we'll go with it. And, yeah. And that's it for a pretty decent episode of TNA Impact. And I gave it a solid 7 out of 10. Solid 7 out of 10. And that's that. Alright. Before we hit the bed, we're going to go right into Ring of Honor Wrestling this week. As we're continuing on until Supercard, which is about 6 weeks away. You know, kind of interesting episode of Ring of Honor. We had some newbies, if you will. And we get that. Alright, so Ring of Honor this week, I don't even know what episode we're on. I think it's like, we're over 100 and all that, but anyway. So, Ring of Honor this week emanated from the HEB Center at Cedar Park in Cedar Park, Texas. Scared them Cowboys. Ian Boring and the Pasta, my good friend, the Pasta. Caprice Coleman at ringside, as always, on Ring of Honor TV. So we open up with an opening sequence, we run down the card, and then our first match out of the gate, we got some luchadors. Like, this guy. Antonito Lesse! How you doing, Lesse? It's late, get out of here. Osito. So, he doesn't like Osito, I just want to point that out. Peter's playing with his dolls again. Shut up. Knock next time. Knock! Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you play with your dolls again. Good! Spaceballs reference. Anyway. Alright, so we got Atlantis. 62-year-old Atlantis in this match. Jeez. He teams up with Esfinge and Fuego del Sol. And they take on Euphoria, spelled differently. Euforia, which is pronounced Euphoria. Great Def Leppard album, by the way. Underrated, too. Anyway, Gran Guerrero, no relation to Eddie. Right, Eddie? Who's this Gran Guerrero guy? I never heard of him. Well, he has your last name. Well, he's not a Guerrero. Like Hector and me. And Mundo. Gran Guerrero. Is it like a distant cousin? I don't know what they say! Okay, I'm sorry. Alright, Gran Guerrero and Lucky Romero, they say. You know him, Eddie, right? Yeah, that guy's a gringo too. Everybody's a gringo to Eddie. Even Ray. No, but Ray's a pendejo, gringo. Oy, Eddie. Stop it now. Jeez. Anyway. Match was alright. Fuego del Sol doing a little salsa dancing and everything. But wasn't my cup of tea. It was a good match, but still. 7:44. Getting to the end, Euphoria gets knocked down. As well by, I think by Lucky Romero, essay. But he gets right back up to kick Gran Guerrero by mistake. Oops. And then Fuego del Sol comes in, cleans house, and then everybody's in the ring. Everything breaks down. Get back in. Esfinge grabs a wacky leg tying flip thingamajig. Like tied him up in a pretzel. 1, 2, 3 to pin Rocky Romero. It was just like a weird ending. And then you get the win. What are you going to do? Alright, so, Atlantis really didn't do much in this match because 62. But for what it's worth, it was still a decent match. 3 out of 5 stars for that. And we're off and running on Ring of Horror Wrestling. And we get that. Alright, then we see a video of the Nueve, Chris Jericho. Hi, guys! Hi, guys. Jericho retains the Ring of Honor World title on Collision last week over Bandito. It was a good match. I was hoping Bandito would win the title back then. He really never lost. He gave it up because of I think get injured, I think, right around the pandemic. So, whatever. So we saw that. And Jericho's still your reigning defending Ring of Honor World Champ. Who's going to beat him? Don't know. We get that. Alright, match number 2. We got the Beast, Mortos, taking on the great Adam Priest. No relation to Poppy Priest. This match lasted almost 3:16. You almost had a stone cold finisher there of 3:16, but it went a second later, 3:17. But it still went 3 minutes. Did I say 3 minutes? And basically the Beast Mortis beat the crap out of Adam Priest. Even though, Adam Priest, they, a knee to the leg, and then a middle drop kick, and he shrugged that off. Actually, Adam Priest got a near fall out of that, and then Moore's like, alright, that's it, I'm gonna kill this guy. He shrugs that off, hits a big backbreaker into a spinning pile driver! Almost like a That's Incredible by Just Incredible, of course. So Beast Mortis gets the win, and that's it. 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. Moving on. Alright, match number 3, we got the infantry of Colorado and the captain, Sean Dean, along with the big man, Shane Taylor of STP. They take on Jimmy Wild. He's wild and crazy, but he's wild. Jimmy Wild and Rosario Grito. He's a gringo. No, he's not a gringo. Anyway, this match lasted, get ready for this, 4:44, so make a wish. 11-11, 1-11, anything you see, like, three of the same number, like 12-12, 11-11, 2-22, 5-5-5. Can't do 6 because 6, 7, 8, 9, or 9 you don't do. 10-10. So, you see those numbers on your computer screen or on you're checking the clock. Oh, it's 11-11. I gotta make a wish. It's a myth, but, it's a great In This Moment song, too. From, on the Blood album. I think it's an instrumental, I think it is. I gotta look it up again. I forget. But anyway, moving on. This match, 4-minute garbage fest. Jimmy Wild and Rosario Grill got a little bit of offense in. Not that mattered. Jimmy Wild managed a double DDT, but Calderpovo cuts off the hot tag, sends Rosario Grito into the barricade. Ow! And then a running double stomp finishes off Jimmy Wild, and he wasn't wild about that. It wasn't a wild thing or anything like that. So, the infantry get the win, and that's pretty much it. And they gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. I don't get why STP Promotions and you bring in Lee Moriarty, why are they teaming with Adam Cole, baby? Not teaming, actually, it's like feuding with Adam Cole, baby, and the Undisputed Kingdom. And in some ways, 3.1. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I mean, they screwed up a pretty damn good match between Danny Garcia and Adam Cole for the TNT title. And what happens? STP comes out and fucks it up. So, Adam Cole has to, play around with Shane Taylor and the infantry and Lee Moriarty. Maybe get a pure title match out of that. I doubt that, but you never know. He has to fool around with these guys, and then maybe get a rematch with Danny Garcia for the TNT title. Maybe they do that at Dynasty. I mean, we'll see. And that's that. Alright, then we go to Blake Christian taking on Fuego del Sol. I mean, he had 2 matches? Shit. Or maybe there's 2 Fuegos. I don't know. But anyway, pretty back and forth match. 5 minute, almost 5.5 minute match. Getting to the end, a springboard moonsault gives Fuego del Sol a near fall, and a rope walk moonsault DDT. That's a mouthful, that's what she said. Gets another near fall, and then Blake Christian crotches Fuego del Sol on top, and it hits a super Spanish fly. Nice. Which sets up the last chancery made famous by Austin Aries. Whatever happened to that guy? I heard he's coming back. When? Where? Don't know. But, so Blake Christian wins with the last chancery in under 5.5 minutes. Match was meh. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then we go to the forever Ring of Honor champion, Ring of Honor Women's Champion, I should say, Athena. She's very impressed. Very impressed, Skywalker. Very impressive. She's impressed with Catalina. Another chick, that I think was from somewhere. But sick of people trying to show up here and take over her show. So, she's all impressed with Catalina. I think she had like a dark match or some shit. But anyway, Athena tells her, next time I won't be so nice to you. So we got a title match next week, which you know Athena will win that easily. Because she's going to 1,000 days, or over 800 and change now. Can we get Athena to just, like, either drop the belt, like, I'm done with the belt, I don't need the belt anymore. I don't know if we're going to the Billy Starks 4 route, and then Billy finally finishes her story, Jordan! He finished his story! At Supercard, I don't know what's going on. Athena's just basically beating jobbers lately. We saw, minus Billy Starks, pretty much being jobbers for the last few months. It's sad. There's no big challengers for Athena. Dekla was one when she stayed over in Japan for Stardom, and Athena whipped Dekla's ass. And I'm thinking they're just gonna make Tony Khan, come on, just make her go up to the main roster. Billy Starks is kind of having a little mini feud with Mercedes, which I think might lead into Mercedes versus Athena, and Athena might get all those belts, which are just be insane. She'll have 5 belts, really 4 belts, but, we count the Red Pro title as 2. Then she'll have the New Japan Strong title, she'll have the Ring of Honor title, and the TBS title. I think Athena's just going to become the belt collector for the women's division. It's just, nobody can beat her right now. It's sad. Going on 3 years almost with the Ring of Honor title. She's going to go down in Ring of Honor history as the longest and greatest women's champion ever. And I don't think anybody, if Ring of Honor is still around in the next 5 years, who's going to even eclipse that. But then again, Ring of Honor is so semi-bad, I think it's going to be it's going to be gone in the next couple years because the ratings suck. Unless Tony Khan gets his head out of his ass, and we've been talking about Shockwave for how many months now? Shockwave should just be Ring of Honor. That's it, for 2 hours. Or at least an hour, at least on Fox. At least you get Ring of Honor some exposure, instead of having to watch it on fucking Honor Club. And some of you have to pay for that. I don't pay for that shit. Because I'm Mr. VIP. Mr. Very Important Peter. So I get it for free. And I get New Japan for free. The only thing I probably have to pay for is TNA, but I watch TNA on Access TV, so I care less. we move on. Alright, so we'll see what happens with Athena. Who's next? Who's next? Probably be Catalina next week. She beats her easily. Next! Next victim, please. That's pretty much it. Alright, 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we go back to the ring. We have more luchador action. As we have the man that kind of people forgot, and that's Gravity. We haven't seen him in a long time. Shit. I think he got hurt too. I don't know. But anyway, he takes on Dark Panther. No, not Black Panther, but he's darker than that. Match was actually pretty decent. Almost 7-minute match. We see Commander, the Ring of Honor TV champ, in the crowd, looking on, who's pretty impressed. So, back and forth match they went. Getting in the end, a middle rope elbow missed for Black Panther, Dark Panther, excuse me, and Gravity's top rope splash missed, and then Dark Panther hits a middle rope basement drop kick. 1, 2, 3. So he picks up the win over the man that people forgot, and that's Gravity. In a pretty decent match, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Alright, then we go to your main event of Ring of Honor TV. We got a 6-man tag team match. Since we had Atlantis in the beginning of the match, now we have his son, Atlantis Jr., former Ring of Honor TV champ. Teams up with Mascara Dorada, Templanio, which means template, I don't know. They take on Magnus, not that Magnus, not Nick Aldis. Magnus, Sobrano Jr., and Volador Jr. We know some of them. So, we get that. So, more flippy-dippity-doo guys in this match, and that's what they did. A lot of flippy-dippity-doos. Just about 13 minutes, almost 13 minutes. Get a monkey flip, 1925 monkey flip, sends Magnus flying. Volador Hurricanrana's Templario out of the corner, and then Sobrano comes back in to pick up the pace, but then Templario grabs a wheelbarrow suplex. Then he spins up, only to get caught with a 619 from Magnus. To get back up, Atlantis Jr. power slams Magnus, which sets up a top rope splash, almost like an Eddie Guerrero splash. 1, 2, 3, and 12 minutes 55 seconds. Atlantis Jr., Mascara Dorada, and Templanio get the win. And that ends, and I gave the match 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that ends Ring of Honor TV for this past Thursday night. So, decent episode, 6.25 out of 10 stars for Ring of Honor, 7 out of 10 stars for Impact. So both shows were decent at best, and that's all I gotta say about that. Alright guys, it is time to go to bed. I am dead tired, and I have to get up in about 5.5, 6 hours to clock in. I gotta do my job. I gotta make the money you wish you had. And that's that. Gotta do the music stuff, you know. I got some deadlines this week, so I gotta start writing up my reviews and shit. So good stuff. But in the end, you know, I'm making money, you're not, so. And that's that. Alright, so that's it for now. I will be back later. Well, when you see this video, it'll be later tomorrow with your AEW Dynamite and Collision review right on my Peter Joseph channel. And then after that, we'll get you ready for Monday Night Raw on Netflix, the Aftermath. Well, part 1 of the Aftermath shows from the Elimination Chamber. So it's going to be a pretty good 2.5 hour or more Cure for Insomnia, which is Monday Night Raw, the March 3rd edition. So we're pretty much almost 2 months in. Well, actually, we are about 2 months in. We had all January, all February, and now we're beginning the 3rd month of Netflix. It's been pretty damn good. You know, ratings-wise, I don't even know, but I think they've been getting around like a 4.5 million people watching on Netflix. Or maybe a little bit more than that. I could be wrong. But we get that. So, we'll see what happens tomorrow on Netflix for Raw. And that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm about to pass out. Thanks for watching, everybody. And until next time, peace.